Hello and welcome to episode 13 of Star Wars Culture Live, a fairly new podcast focusing on Star Wars excitement and connection, your escape pod for hyperspace buzz and fandom fixes. I am Ian, as always, and this is Marty, also as always, and this is where the fun begins. Instead of the negativity you often find on the Star Wars side of the internet, we want to talk about the things we love about Star Wars, how it enriches our lives, and the community, the culture, the fans, the media, anything at all. And so, as always, throughout the show or after the show, if you're watching or listening to this later, if you have anything at all for us, reactions, questions, requests, suggestions for future segments, anything at all, throw them in the comments and we will see what we can do. And don't forget to check us out on all the socials. It's now super simple. We are at SW Culture Live on every platform out there. And we are also on audio podcast sources, specifically Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you go to Apple Podcasts and leave us a 5-star review, we will read your comment on the YouTube and Facebook Live the airwaves, the internet. But as long as it's appropriate, yeah. But as usual, we're going to start with quick fun facts about each host to help you know us a little bit better each episode. It's 13 weeks now, so we're having to dig pretty deep for fun facts about ourselves. Marty, hit me. What do you got?
All right. How familiar are you with like old comedy, like let's say 1940s?
Oh my God, you mean like Three Stooges?
Kind of like that. Have you ever heard of the comedy duo Abbott and Costello?
Oh yeah, Abbott. Who's on first?
Yes.
All right.
Finally, someone. Okay, so a friend of mine and myself, we were kind of put together to do this thing in high school, and it went over pretty well. That we've done it on several occasions to where we were Abbott and Costello ourselves.
Oh snap! Look at that! Look at it! Oh my God!
Yeah. So I was Abbott, and he was
really
Costello.
good stuff.
And we've done Who's on First quite a bit. We've also integrated some of their other comedy bits, such as 3 times 7 is 28. The handling of change, and a few other things. And everyone just ate it up. But yeah, I mean that was very fun. We haven't done that in years.
I was about to say it had to have been a minute. I imagine.
Yeah, because let's see, this picture right here was 2013.
That jersey says Abbott and Costello on it.
Yes, yeah, it says Abbott and Costello on it, and on the back it's got the number 1 with the name Who written on the back.
Wow, that's awesome. I have never heard of that's so cool. I think my dad showed me that, and I think I saw a shirt about it, but it was definitely not like a freaking jersey. Like it's a. Yeah, I have tried to quote that so many times, and so many people are like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Yeah, you don't get a lot of people that quote that these days or know what it is.
Nope. It's just it was really funny, and the way the speed at which they go back and forth, classic.
Mm-hmm.
My fun fact: I have been waiting so many years and weeks to say this fun fact about myself and have it be true. I have been officially approved to join the 501st Legion as my Mando cosplay costume. I worked on it. I looked it up. The first thing I ordered, after I decided I want to do this costume, the first thing I ordered was the flight suit, and that was November of 2021. And so I've been building it and adjusting it for 3 years. I first submitted like the Bounty Hunters Guild pre-approval thing that was I don't know, maybe a year ago, maybe a little less, and I got like a few rounds of fixes, and then a couple days ago, I guess, yeah, like this past weekend is when I finally got the official notification that like you're in, and I got my number and everything, and I'm getting figured out with all those sites and getting signed up for some events and stuff. It's so cool. I'm just so excited that I am officially in.
Yeah, nice. Now you could go hang out at the 501st booths at Comic Cons and have your own
Oh
trading card
yeah.
now.
Wait, is that a thing? You have trading cards? They have trading
Yeah,
cards?
they have trading cards. Let's see.
All right.
This was from
Well,
Roger.
dang. This was from where? Say it again.
This is part of
Oh,
the. This guy's part of the Jolly Roger squadron.
what? Dude. All right. I'm gonna be asking about if our garrison doesn't have them, I'm gonna just make my
Yeah,
own because that's freaking
uh,
sweet.
and another one right here. This guy actually signed the back of his. So
Nice. Is that also Jolly Roger Squadron?
also Jolly Roger. They were
Nice.
just happened to be the two that I could grab right there in an instant. They had a few others, regular stormtroopers, Imperial uh, uh, outfit, other Imperial outfits, not like that. I think
Yeah.
some of them were clones as well, but it was mostly like Empire.
Yeah. There's a lot of TIE pilots too. That's a popular one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I went to last time I was on tour for work, I went to Buffalo Comic Con in Buffalo, New York, obviously, and they had some stormtroopers there, and they had a little photo background that looked like the part of the Death Star, like those hallways with the you know Imperial hallways, and I had them take a photo of me like they had just arrested me. It was pretty funny. they're always they're always so cool and so chill about like whatever the photo you want to do. Like I know it looks like our garrison has when they do like at Ocean City Comic Con, I think our garrison is going to be there, and they do this Nerf gun thing where they like hand you a Nerf gun and you try and shoot the stormtrooper. It's pretty fun.
that's
But
pretty cool.
anyway, yeah, that's my fun fact. That's why I'm psyched this week and probably many weeks coming up. But let's move into our news. There's a few little news things this week.
Mhm.
First up, the most exciting for me is Star Wars Visions is coming back for season 3, volume 3.
Yeah.
Um, there's I am not an expert on anime or these types of media creators at all, but judging from the awesomeness of the seasons that are already out, this is going to be cool as hell. This is great. I love there's a certain freedom in turning that on and like not having any idea what to expect and not having any like connection to anything. It's like, oh, what tiny aspect of the Star Wars universe is this gonna like dig really hard into, or what like random story is this gonna tell me in this really
Mhm.
cool art style?
Yeah, I'm surprised they went back to the anime, uh, really Japan in general, instead of doing something else. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take whatever I can get because, like you, I really love Visions. Season 1, really good. Season 2, that's where they were like, let's really experiment. Let's take different countries
Push the
and do it that way.
boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I I wish I liked season 2 as much as season 1, but I don't know. It just didn't hit me the same. Um, Nothing is
Same.
gonna compare to that first like Ronin episode to me, where they fight each other and it's all ninja story. Nothing's gonna compare to that. I like the one where she turned all those crystals too. Um, but I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
looking for something to blow my mind, like that one did, or I
Yeah.
don't know.
Same.
That's a good art.
Well,
That'll be very cool. Looks like that comes out 2025 sometime. I don't think we have an actual release date yet.
No. I feel like out of all these studios, the only ones I recognize is actually Trigger. They're like the only one.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Which have they done one before or no?
I feel like I'm pretty sure they've done one before, but now I can't remember. I'm not too certain, but I've seen something else that they have created, and I actually liked it. I can't think of it.
That's okay.
I'm Googling it as I'm sitting here. I know these guys.
Well, for now, I'm going to move on to the next piece of news. Is that there is a new released November 19th, which was yesterday, a new Star Wars Encyclopedia 2024 edition, comprehensive guide to the Star Wars galaxy. So, as you can tell by the art, I'm sure it includes all the stuff from Mando and the sequels and the shows that have come out so far. I wonder if it includes like the Acolyte and some of the newest stuff.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I wonder like how recent it goes. But it looks really cool. I wonder if this isn't the type of thing where they like take apart the ships and show you how everything works, right? This is just kind of like
it's more like let's just
kind of like a little explainer.
Yeah, it's like here. So here's the ship in general. This is what it was used for. Here's Rey. Little information about her. This is a lightsaber she's holding, and that's a belt made by whatever.
Okay, it's just one of those kind of basic explainers of everything.
Basically, there's it's been circulating around now for a little bit, but there's actually you can see what the mythosaur actually looks like in its entirety.
Oh, what? Hold on.
Yeah.
Is it in here? Is it in here? I want to see it. There's ships. Okay. Well, I'm going to be looking for that later.
Star Wars Explained. Alex from Star Wars Explained kind of posted it on his Instagram and Blue Sky accounts.
Okay. I will be checking that out later because need to see that.
Yeah, it's not going to be what you expected it to look like. I'm going to be honest.
Good. I don't want to be. I don't want it to be predictable. Yeah. So Star Wars Encyclopedia out now. Go get it. Check it out. Last pieces of news. Skeleton Crew. There's always going to be Skeleton Crew news. I think coming out every week. They have a filmmaker roundtable out on Disney Plus. I personally am not going to watch it until I've seen the show. Like, I don't want to. I'm sure they don't have too many spoilers or anything on there, but I'm not going to watch it yet. But they have the Skeleton Crew filmmakers, John Watts, Chris Ford, David Lowery, Jake Schreier, and Bryce Dallas Howard there to talk about the newest Star Wars adventure. Obviously, premiere episode, 2-episode series premiere streaming December 3rd. I am pumped. But yeah, there's a yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, but there's filmmaker roundtable out on Disney Plus, and there also is a new little clip, that little 30-minute thing that went up on YouTube, I guess, and Disney, I don't know, Facebook. Some new clips that we haven't seen yet, and there's obviously Vane. Oh my god. She's got some.
I want those shades that girl's got.
Yeah, right. That droid still looks so freaking. Oh nope, that's just what I'm listening to all the time for my toddler. Don't worry about that. But yeah, anyway, Skeleton Crew. New clips came out there. You said there was another one that was circulating on social media.
Yeah, it was like an actual clip, I believe. At least from what I saw, you can find it on Star Wars Underworld. They've posted it, I believe.
And that's like you said it had to do with Neil.
Yeah, I think I haven't watched it, but a little bit, like maybe 2 seconds out of a minute video or whatever. I was like, okay. Oh, okay, I get back to this. never got around to it, but it's like it seems like it's more of like a clip. Like, here's a scene from this episode.
Ooh, okay. All right, cool. I will check that out. I have a list of things to check out later. But yeah,
I will say though, I'm looking forward to this because, especially when you were talking about the round table and named all the directors. I mean, I'm not familiar with everybody's, but I know John Watts and I know Bryce Dallas Howard. I'm looking forward to Bryce's the most, to be honest with you, because I feel like she's had some amazing episodes from Mandalorian and Ahsoka.
Yeah, I absolutely trust her. I mean, I don't know much about the other actors, or sorry, other filmmakers. But I just never like attribute names like that, other than like I keep seeing Jon Favreau's name everywhere, and because I've put a face to the name, I think everything he touches is freaking gold.
John Watts directed the Tom Holland Spider-Man, so you can expect good things from him.
Yeah, I trust that. Yeah, I'm ready. That and the fact that it's like, as far as we can tell, it's mostly a standalone story that I don't have to like work my brain or worry about how it's connecting to other things. Like it's just
Right.
I want to watch a new story in the Star Wars universe. Let's go. Yes, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Let's party.
I mean, at least here it's like here's the time, here it is in the timeline. We'll just plop you in, call it a day. You don't got to know who Luke Skywalker is. You don't got to know who so and so is.
No, you don't have to worry about how this fits into like Order 66 or it's just a bunch. There's these kids having an adventure on the Onyx Cinder, the coolest name for a spaceship.
Now, do you think they'll actually play Rocket Man and Huttese in the actual show? That's the one thing I've been thinking about this whole time.
I don't know. I wonder. I feel like maybe that was just a trailer thing.
Maybe.
But
I can imagine it in like their neighborhood, like their 1950s neighborhood or something.
Oh yeah, with the suburbs that we saw in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, those houses in the garage band. Yeah, anyway, Skeleton Crew, what is it, like 13 days until it comes out?
I think so, December 3rd.
Yeah, let's freaking party. I'm ready. But for now, let's move on to the next segment on this day in Star Wars history. And this day is November 20th.
All right. So this one, I actually literally just glanced at it, screenshotted it, and I was like, let's go into this together. On this day in 1977, Zubin Mehta, if I pronounced that correctly, conducts the Los Angeles Philharmonic at the Hollywood Bowl in the first public Star Wars concert.
That's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good year.
That is.
For something like that.
It is. I mean, Star Wars was just in theaters just a few months ago. So they're already doing a Philharmonics concert is amazing.
Maybe even like still in theaters while this is happening.
That's true. Yeah.
If it was they did longer runs and stuff, right?
Yeah, that's
true. My God, look at all those X-wings on that art going toward that freaking Death Star. Luke's pecs too. My God, that art was funny. So those poster art. I have a poster up here that is a bunch of like international posters, and that type of imagery is on it like a lot, and so it's just pretty funny to keep seeing that pop up. They like they did not need to make those pecs like that.
That's how we got the 90s action figures. They just looked at that poster and there's like big old Luke.
Yep. Luke Swole Walker. No, that's not good. I'll workshop it. I'll figure it out. Yeah, that's on this day. I love those types of concerts that they do where it's like live in concert, where the music is live, where they play the movie on the big screen, but then all the music is live, like an orchestra concert. I would love to see that. One of the Lord of the Rings ones when they did that.
Ooh.
And it was just so cool. And I had to stop myself from looking up and watching the movie instead of singing. It was temptation was too strong. All right, on to my segment, the dad joke of the week. This is a pretty good one. Got my stepson to cackle the other day. What happens when Imperial starfighters race? It's always a tie. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Okay. That's
So
good.
good. So stupid. All right. For our top 3 this week, I couldn't believe we hadn't done this already, but we went with Star Wars Lego sets. I had to think for about 3 seconds before I came up with mine. I don't know about you. Maybe yours were a little bit more tricky.
But yeah, just a little bit. Just because I haven't really had a whole lot of Lego sets in general, so this is more like this is what I would purchase kind of situation.
Okay. Yeah, you got some deep cuts in there. Like I would not have thought of this. Like, yeah, let's just launch into it. Look, this so your number 3 is the Desert Skiff. I would never have thought of this. I had to search, like I had to find this. This is on eBay right now.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
not
So yeah, number 3. I mean, this was like literally when Lego Star Wars was just starting out. Like the license went to Lego. Lego made these yellow figurines. Very nostalgic feeling. I feel like I might have actually had that set, to be honest with you. So when I was sitting there going through this, I was like, okay, I remember I had some kind of set, and I went through everything, and I found that one. I was like, yes, this will bring back a lot of memories. And
Yeah, look at the logo. This is like an old school logo here. Oh god, what's happening? This is like an
yeah,
old school logo. This is not like the new. I don't even know. Yeah,
I
but this
love.
is
Yeah, back when they were yellow, before they actually do like actual skin tone,
oh yeah.
like Jedi Bob.
Oh, Jedi. Oh yeah, it's right up there. I didn't even notice that. Is that? Yeah, I didn't even think about that. They just used Lego yellow for everybody. Interesting. Um. All right, my number 3 is one that I have talked about on this podcast already. It's the Dark Falcon. It's so goofy. It's from the Lego Rebuild the Galaxy series. Mostly because of Darth. Oh, that is not what I meant to do. But yeah, Darth Jar Jar right here. Um, it has all these characters from the Rebuild the Galaxy series. It opens up into all these sections, and there's like an area with couches, and they play video games. They have video game console back there, and they have beds, and it's just so it's so cool. There's a lot going on in there, and also just the Dark Falcon just looks so slick, just black and red. I don't know, something about it is very satisfying. Like the Millennium Falcon Lego set itself is cool. The Dark Falcon, I don't know, there's something about it. Like there's the goofy side, and then there's like if you have everybody inside and you're not looking at it goofy, and it looks so slick to me. I don't know. I love it. Let's move on to your number 2, classic Lego Star Wars Republic gunship.
Oh yeah. As you can see, look at how much it is going for now on Amazon.
Yeah,
It's
right.
crazy.
Jeez.
Yeah. But yeah, again, I haven't really played with a lot of Legos, so I was sitting there going through. It was like I would love to actually have one of my favorite ships of all time in Lego form, and what better one than one specifically made? It looks like it's from Attack of the Clones, which happens to be my favorite Star Wars movie. So win-win right there. So comes with Anakin, Obi-Wan, Padme, a couple clones, and some Bead 2 battle droids.
Let's see if I can get some. Ah! Oh, yeah. Super Battle Droids right in there. Oh, yeah. Those clones with the fins on their helmets.
Yeah.
Love that. Classic. They had to give Padme the midriff.
Yeah, they had you, didn't
I
they?
don't know. Yeah.
That's
Obi-Wan
funny.
with the hair. How
Love the
is
mullet.
Anakin's hair shorter than Obi-Wan's hair for episode 2? Oh,
What is it?
wait. No,
Yeah.
episode 2. Yeah. Okay, it
Yeah.
is shorter.
Yeah.
My bad. Episode 2. Thinking he had the Padawan braid still. No, I got you. All right.
Yeah.
Come on, Ian. Yeah. So, yeah, I really actually do also want this gunship. If you can see here, we have the Venator over there. We'll get there in a sec. but I have the Dark Falcon up here, but it doesn't balance the room very well. Like the Venator's so huge, and then this one it's not even. So I need something taller, and this would be like the perfect one. Same color scheme, like it would, yeah. $800 though, my nope. My number 2, I'm going with. I thought it was a classic, but I think it came out recently ish. The huge AT-AT. It is massive. Like there's the minis down there. This thing's like 2 feet tall, and I think I am just so impressed by, like, when you have a ship, it's like just sitting on its whatever. I'm just so impressed by the construction of a Lego thing like this that'll stand on its 4 legs like that. I think that's so awesome. And I mean, you just get a sense of impending doom from the AT-ATs. Like when they arrived on Hoth in Empire Strikes Back, like they were looking in the horizon. They were like, they're coming, and they looked so tiny. And then they come up, and you're like, oh my god, these are just like death marching up on us. And I wanted that in Lego form. And yeah, this is the one I want the most right now, I think. Again, $850. I'm not going to do that anytime soon, unless my fantasy football winnings pan out. But the yeah, it's just, oh, that's an interesting shot right there. That's good. Yeah,
it's a boy.
Like, you can put stuff on the inside. You got Luke hanging down with his lightsaber. Yeah. Oh my god, he's got a turn in there. Look at him.
I'd be afraid to accidentally knock it over.
Right? Oh my god, yeah. It's terrifying. I'm scared of that with a Venator. Yeah, you got a whole crew. Look at the size of that thing. My god. Yeah.
Talk about your verticality.
Yep.
What's neat is that the side panels come off so you can see everything in play.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so cool. I hadn't even looked at those before. This is making me want it more. God, I'm gonna scroll before we. So we actually agreed on a number 1 this time that we did this top 3 thing, and that is the Venator class Republic attack cruiser, made famous in Clone Wars, obviously. I guess also in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, but I remember seeing it the most in Clone Wars. This thing, so I am lucky enough that last year's fantasy football winnings paid for that guy right up there. And so I am lucky enough to own this one and have built this one. It took me a few months. I was doing it with my stepson on and off. There were so many bags, like 50 something bags of Lego pieces. 5,374 pieces. It's huge. It's really cool. All the engines on the back make it look really sick. There's the hangers. I hope it zooms in. Oh, you get Admiral Yularen. Classic. Nice. Yeah, that's the real size of it. Huge desk piece. And yeah.
Wow. I would love to just have this, just really for me to recreate the beginning shot of Revenge of the Sith, because that's the first thing you see is you go space, and then you see the nose come into screen.
Yep.
And then followed by Anakin and Obi-Wan's starships.
Yep. And then they're zooming along, and it's like, oh yeah, 2 fighters zooming along. It's pretty, maybe they're on like a practice run or something, and then they turn over the edge of the ship, and it's all hell broke loose.
Yes.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, that's just that opening sequence like shows you so much about the state of things. Yeah. Yeah, it's great. Man, and it's like,
I want this so bad.
Oh, it's good. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money, but it's pretty awesome. It's just the sense of power that you have after building it, where it's like, I now have it's like, yeah, I have an X-Wing. Oh, I have a TIE fighter. That's cool. I have a freaking Venator attack cruiser, like Republic cruiser. Like, what are you gonna do? I keep meaning to make a video with my stepson where he's like, look at my fleet. And I'm like, yeah. Anyway, top 3, king of them all, Venator. Venator class Republic attack cruiser. This isn't an ad for Lego or anything, but it's very cool. So that ended up taking the top spot on this week's top 3 segment. So now, I don't know how many of you were wondering why I'm just wearing a plain red hoodie or why I might be wearing an inside out red hoodie. But it is to celebrate Life Day, which is generally accepted as November 17th, because that is the date of the release of the Star Wars Holiday Special in 1978. So that's the topic of our discussion. I gotta be honest, I had not seen it until literally today. I watched it this afternoon so that I could talk about it tonight, and I have never been so weirded out in my life. This is the weirdest thing that I have ever seen on my television. I could not figure out like any 5-minute segment of what I was watching. There was like generally an overall plot of like, oh yeah, Chewie and Han are trying to get to Kashyyyk for Life Day, and his family is like missing him. And meanwhile, that like 5-minute story is interrupted by these like massive music videos of weird dancing, and so it was like weird space Cirque du Soleil in the beginning, and then it was like this. What is he? Was his dad just watching like space porn? Is that what we were watching? He was like, it was what I was watching with my toddler, and I was like, do I need to? What is this rated? Because it was just on YouTube, and so and then there was the freaking the scene in the bar, which just went on forever. And she was like, she went to every single person in the bar and was like, can you please leave? The government told us to close down. And every single person was like, no. Then she was like, okay, a free round on me. And then they were like, yay. And I was like, you are not helping yourself here, lady. And then she sang a song.
Yeah, seriously. Like, what?
I don't get any of it. It's okay. Tell me, as someone who saw the holiday special a while back and knew what it was for years, and not just from 3:00 this afternoon. Tell me your thoughts.
Okay, so yeah, it's been years, but I watched it over the past couple of days, and it was like watching an acid trip itself. Like, I don't know what was going on half the time. Like, I was trying to follow that main story about Chewie and Han trying to get to Chewie's family, but
right, I was with them for that part. I get it.
But then it's just like, okay, how do we extend this? Oh, let's just have all these big names come in and do some weird stuff. And I don't know what it had to do with the plot, especially when half the time everyone was speaking Sherwook. So there's no subtitles.
Yes. Okay, I wondered about that because I saw it on YouTube, so there were no options for subtitles. And so, like, it was simple enough in the beginning that I could tell what everybody was thinking and feeling. Like, oh, like Chewie's not here yet, and like they're sad, or like they're cooking and the kid's getting in the way. Like, I definitely understood that part. But the like overall, yeah, I was wondering if I was like, man, if this was on Disney Plus, like, would I have the option for like subtitles or like, is this like some bootleg thing that I'm watching that doesn't have the right texts or the right files or something?
I mean, technically anything you watch of the holiday special is considered a bootleg because it was never officially released after it aired on ABC because George just hated it.
I mean,
and you kind of understand why.
Yeah, I don't blame him for that. This is I would want to.
Although we did get some interesting stuff out of it, though. So.
Oh yeah, they got some lore. Boba Fett had some interesting characterization decisions after that. I assume this is what he meant in Book of Boba Fett, where when he's talking about the Rancor and he's like, "I've rode bigger." I assume that this was the reference.
I believe it was
dinosaur thing. So I don't know if he said if they're trying to make this canon or what, but like that was pretty goofy. I was like first when he came in, I was like, why is he a good guy? I mean, I know everybody loved him. Wait, no, they hadn't seen Empire Strikes Back yet. So
nope, this was his first appearance.
Wait a minute, that was his.
Well, I guess technically second. His first real appearance was in a parade earlier in '78.
There was you gotta hold on. So his first screen appearance, Boba Fett's first on-screen Star Wars appearance, was in the holiday special.
Correct.
I did not know that. I don't know.
Because Empire came out in '80, so
yeah. Let me blow my mind a little bit. Let me put it back together. Because I knew this came out in '78. I saw that when I clicked it, but then I was like, when I was watching it, I was like, oh, Boba Fett. Like they must have seen that everybody liked him in Empire Strikes Back, but no, that hadn't come out yet. So they just made this character for. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm wondering if it was like a test run. It's like, okay, well, we have Boba Fett for Empire. Like I have his character in my head. Let's throw him out there in the cartoon and see how people react.
Yeah, because I think they made
action figures too. So
his allegiance was like, it looked so rebel, obviously, and then he was being a spy, and then but it was like pure Empire, and I was like, that's also not Boba Fett. It was like Darth Vader's right hand man. It's like, no, that's not what that is. But then, oh my god, this hurts. It hurts so bad. It hurts so good.
You notice that anytime that Han and Chewie were out in space, and you saw like them flying and all the action sequences, it was just reused, recycled footage.
Yeah.
From A New Hope.
Yeah. That's one of the first things I noticed. It was that they were like, oh, those are two Star Destroyers. Those are the ones that caught him over Tatooine in A New Hope. They definitely used. It even felt jarring to me because there was a clear difference between like the expensive footage that they put together for A New Hope versus the scenes that they filmed for this. Like it was clearly a different set, like a much cheaper camera setup. Like it felt like it definitely had the vibe of, okay, this movie was a lot more popular than we thought. Let's throw together a holiday thing for this year. And let's throw some of our, like, some of these celebrities really wanted to be a part of it. Like, let's throw them some scenes. And so they're like, oh, the dad is watching this one questionable thing on his secret headset in front of the kid.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And the old guy was like, you're really gonna enjoy this.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, no, really enjoy it. I'm like, okay.
Uh-huh. Okay, can we also talk about the dad real quick? Because I have not. This is all that I was thinking about for the first 20 minutes. It just, and when he closes his mouth, his upper lip goes like,
yeah,
it goes like over his, like almost up to his nose. It is the grossest thing that I have ever seen. It is the most messed up puppet, and I was very disturbed. I'm not going to get this.
What does an old Wookiee look like?
Yeah, they were like, okay, well, the hair is probably going to get white. I guess that makes sense. Like, gray-haired, older folks. and just like a horrifically wrinkly face combined with like they probably didn't spend as much on this like costume puppet head thing for just the holiday special, and all of those factors went into just this horrifying creation, this Frankenstein of a death Wookiee. Oh my god, I'm so upset.
They ran out of budget time after doing the Misses and Lumpy.
Yep. And I missed. I was also holding my toddler while I was watching all this, and so I missed exactly when it introduced the characters. So the whole movie, I wasn't completely sure if that was Chewbacca's wife or Chewbacca's mom. And by the end of the movie, I was like, oh, okay, it's his wife. Like by how they were looking at each other and stuff at the end. I hope it was his wife. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I just wasn't sure the whole movie. So I was like listening for context clues, which I got none because there were no subtitles. No, the random launching into music videos is what got me. They were like, oh, while we're waiting for word from the Empire, all of the stormtroopers and Imperial officers tuned in to watch this music video on Space MTV. And I'm like, what is happening?
If they had MTV before MTV was a thing, how about that?
Right. It felt like I don't know if you've ever seen Family Guy, but they do this Conway Twitty bit where they're like, oh, and you know who can tell you about that? Mr. Conway Twitty. And then they go into like half of a song or like a whole like 4 or 5 minute song by Conway Twitty. And I'm just waiting for the bit to end, and it doesn't end, and it just stretches longer and longer. And it's like, that's like a fourth of the time for the episode. And I'm like, what am I watching?
Yeah, this was really insane. How about the fact though that the set just looked like some random 1970s sitcom living room?
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
I was like, okay, that's not what I picture Chewie's house to look like.
Yep. It made me want to go look at, you remember in The Acolyte where Kelnaka has a house in, I forget the name of the planet, but he has like a dwelling on that planet where he was doing the exile thing. And he was in there, and it made me want to go back and watch that episode and see what his dwelling looked like, because I bet you, number one, there's like more like weird classic furniture in there than you think, and number two, I bet you there are some direct references to the holiday special, like a 1940s
Probably.
like diner table or something. Yeah, super weird. But it was nice to see the Origin of Life Day. I am wearing a red hoodie inside out to imitate like a robe, like a Life Day robe. I don't have like their orb thing. I don't know what to do with that. I have a tesseract. I could use that.
Close enough.
Yeah, right. It's a square. But yeah, I am pretty confident saying that I will never watch that again. I don't think I need to see that. Maybe I'll watch. Oh, another thing. Okay, let me find it. Hold on. Oh my god. All right, you're gonna watch me search for this. It's Han cartoon holiday.
I think I know where you're gonna go with this.
You know exactly where I'm going with this.
I believe so. Because I too was thinking the same thing about these cartoons. I was like,
look at him. What did they do to him? Why did they have to do him like that?
Look, yeah, Han got it bad in the cartoon, and Luke got it bad in live action.
Look at him. What is that? Why is his nose so long? I thought it was
Han, why the long face?
Right. When they showed when they first showed him, I was like, oh, that's a weird graphic. Like that must have been like a glitch or something. And then he started talking like that. I'm like, what am I looking at right now? That's so silly. That was a mistake. But that's so silly.
How about his voice acting though, too? Let's just talk about the voice acting out of all the actors, out of the actual cast. It's just like Harrison Ford walked into the booth. He's like, all right, I'm going to only do this in one take. So whatever you get is what you got.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was very silly. If they had just the cartoon part, I would watch that again for the kicks, just to see.
I think you could find just the cartoon somewhere.
Probably, I bet. Yeah, that was
yeah.
It was very my impression of Star Wars from the 70s and 80s is now forever changed. I'm like, what did they do? That I'm sure he wants to sweep that under the rug, and I am with him. I support George Lucas in this.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But it was strange. I'm not glad I saw it, but I'm glad I can say that I saw it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm glad.
People are joking about the canonicity of it. They're like, you know what? This is actually Imperial propaganda. This is what they make you think the rebels are like, or rebel propaganda, or some kind of propaganda.
I like that.
It's just so weird, and yeah,
it was super weird. In case anybody didn't notice,
Carrie Fisher singing.
That too. I almost looked it up. I meant to look it up and I forgot. I skipped most. As soon as I saw that a music video was starting by that point in the movie, I would just like skip forward to when I saw the music video end. I'm not gonna lie. That's what I did. I watched this hour and 37-minute YouTube video. I burnt through it in like 57 minutes. But yeah, I almost looked it up to like, was she actually singing?
I think so. I think it was actually her singing.
Wow. I mean, props. I didn't know she could sing. But yeah, that was a choice. Yeah, I meant to look that up because it looked like there were some parts. I happen to be a professional singer. I studied opera in college, and there were some parts where it just might have been the audio and video were off a little bit, but those are the key things that you look for when somebody's lip syncing. So I just was going to look up to see if she was actually singing or if she was lip syncing. But it looked like that it sounded like it was her voice doing the singing. Like when she would go down to the low notes, I would hear her own timbre in there. So that's crazy. I didn't know she could sing.
Surprise, yeah.
I know. Look at that. So something good came out of it, I guess.
Now that every November 17th, Disney will start releasing some Life Day stuff at Galaxy's Edge. They'll release it on their website. And now this is basically the beginning of their season, holiday season 2, on releasing new merchandise in general. Just so like they announced Balin Skull's Black Series lightsaber coming out. I think it's part of that.
Saw that.
A couple other things. What is it? The Ren leader from the Knights of Ren, he's got his helmet coming out. I think they announced it as part of that special. But yeah, so it's once November 17th starts, that's the beginning of Star Wars Christmas season shopping.
I love it. That's like their holiday season, and they have like the perfect excuse to like start announcing stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. I really like Balin Skull and Shin Hati. I like those characters. Just like the idea of like Jedi who like I don't like their allegiance to, I guess, the Empire or Thrawn, or I need to know more about it. Like Balin Skull just seems too wise to.
He kind of did it for his own gain.
Right.
Like he used them.
So like what is his own gain then?
I guess to find Mortis.
All
If you
right.
think about
Okay.
it, how it ended, maybe he's trying to find his way into the world between worlds.
Yeah, I could accept that. I guess I need to watch Ahsoka again, but I don't remember. I don't buy him being loyal to Thrawn or him being loyal to the Empire or whatever, but I buy him being like, I want to find these freaking Force deities, and if I have to ally with this person to do it, you know what? I'm gonna do it because I allied with the good people before, and everything went sideways. So let's just try this.
Because he mentioned that he's like, the Jedi weren't, bad or anything. It's like there's nothing really against them. They just have one flaw. If they didn't have this flaw, this is what the Jedi would be. So that's kind of like what he wants to do, is go and fix that flaw.
Yeah, I like that, and that's why their sabers are like dark, like blood orange. Like they're not the red of like Sith bled crystals. They're like a dark orange where it's like, hey, don't mess with us. Like we're not green or blue Jedi that you like. You stay away from us. But they're also not like, we are the depth of all evil and we just want to cause everyone pain. That's not what they wanted. I think that was cool. That was an interesting take.
Yeah. What if orange saber actually means balance? Like they're the balance of good and evil.
Yeah. It's like the white of Ahsoka is like the crystal has been bad, but then returned to good, I guess, or removed. I don't know. But then, yeah, this balance is, this orange is like in between, or like not good or truly evil. Yeah. Anyway, interesting tangent we got off on there. But let's move to even more tangential information, to Star Wars trivia. Marty leads this segment every week, so if you are watching or listening, leave your answers in the comments. Don't cheat and look at the comments for the answers, but leave your answers in the comments, and we'll see. We'll give you all 5 answers at the end, and we're not trying to keep them secrets or anything. Just honor system. If you got them by yourself, let us know how many you got. I think it's been 4 or 5 weeks since I got 5 out of 5. He keeps bringing these legends questions in there that I'm just not even close. So
you might
take it away.
You might get a 5 out of 5 this time. I actually made them, I want to say, super easy.
Oh snap! He's taking pity on us, guys. We've been so pitiful.
I'm not sure if it's pity or if it's just trying to come up with questions. I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to find that balance, and I might have gone a little bit too easy this time. Let's find out, though.
If I can end the night on 5 out of 5, I'm not going to complain. I think that'll be a nice little boost.
There you go.
I could use that.
Let's get started then. If it'll go.
PowerPoint.
Okay. Yeah, right. All right. So question 1. Doc Ondar owns a den of A, antiquities, B, junk, C, secondhand goods, or D, creatures.
I feel like this is a reference to a video game or something, and I'm supposed to know this. And I have
Galaxy's Edge.
I have a guess. Oh, all right. I think I got it. I got it.
I feel like without that hint, it probably would have been a little bit more.
No. I had the guess because it's like when I hear den, when I go den of, there's a word that comes after that just in my oral memory. So I think I got it. I would have got it anyway, but yeah.
Looks like Matthew's playing. Matthew, you're allowed to put your comments in the your answers in the chat. If you
throw it up in the comments. It's totally fine. Just don't, if you're trying to play along, just don't look at the comments until after you read the question and you have a guess. It's just no, we want comments. Yeah. Comments are great.
Yeah, comments good.
Is key. Yeah.
All right. moving on to question number 2. The Pike Syndicate deals in mostly what business? Is it A, gambling, B, weapons trafficking, C, spice trafficking, or D, extortion?
Luckily, I mean, I probably would have got this anyway, but luckily, I've been watching through Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett, so E, super cool masks. I like this one.
Yes.
I'm only doing joke answers. I fully support this. Yes, I want to hear your E every single time. But no, I just watched Book of Boba Fett where we watched them do exactly this, so it's great.
Side tangent on this one, but Book of Boba Fett, you watching it again, do you feel like it stays the same to you, or do you feel like it's gotten better, gotten worse?
So I'm not gonna lie, I am only watching. So getting into the 501st, I'm super hype about my Mando costume, so I jumped in on the episode where the Mando was featured, and I only watched those.
Gotcha.
I like it better later. Okay, here's how the thing went. When I watched it the first time, I loved it. I was like, every single episode, I was like, this is freaking sick. We're seeing a new perspective on the Tusken Raiders. We're getting, I mean, I'm a little tired of Tatooine, but we're getting info on like the crime syndicates and everything going on there after Jabba died, blah, 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 blah. And then the second time I watched it, I was like, this is kind of cheesy. It's kind of goofy and a little bit lame. But watching it again, I didn't have a reason to think that. It like the third or fourth time through, I'm like, it kind of holds up. It's like it's cheesy and silly, but like there's always a reason for it, and there's no basis for like, oh, this is too cheesy to be Star Wars. It definitely does not push the boundaries of Star Wars cheesiness. Like the whole thing, especially with Jabba's palace and how he was running things on Tatooine, the whole thing was pretty silly. Like if you have power, you have power. If you have firepower, you have firepower. But unless you're planning on destroying the whole city, like everything would have to be done the way it's done. And it was a little predictable, like the escalation of the violence in the last episode. But I don't know. It's like you knew the Rancor was going to come out. They teased it to you, and then it came out, and it was great. It delivered. Spoiler alert for Boba Fett, by the way.
Yeah, right. But I just you mentioned you were watching that again. I was like, okay, how does this hold up to somebody else? Because I feel like I watched it a second time through, not like a few months ago, and I was like, you know what, I still enjoy it. It's still fun.
It is fun. It's fun. I would not say it's up there with, like, I think The Mandalorian's better. 2 great episodes about Tuskens, and then who knows. I will say I think the Tusken episodes where it goes into depth about his time with the Tuskens, I think those were the best episodes. Oh, lightsaber died. We must be at an hour. Oh, yep. It lasts an hour every time. Those were the best episodes, I think. And then after that, it was different, and it just wasn't as stellar quality, I guess, is how I would describe it. It's like a little predictable,
Right.
a little cheesy, whatever. But those Tusken episodes where he was part of them, and they were still being like ruthless, but they were also like respecting his strength and stuff. And they invited him into their clan, and then he was like a brother to them, and he held like that. Those were very cool. Okay, sorry, tangent over. Question 3.
Question 3. All right, let's go on. Question number 3. To stop the plot to assassinate Chancellor Palpatine, Obi-Wan went undercover as who? A. Cad Bane, B. Serapis, C. Morale Eval, or D. Reiko Hardeen?
3 for 3, baby. Fun fact that I'm sure you already know about this episode or this set of episodes, but the armor that he used for this this undercover persona is, you know who Ralph McQuarrie is, right?
Mm-hmm.
The guy who he came up with a lot of concept art. He came up with an armor concept for Boba Fett that wasn't used. It just looked different, and so that armor, his concept armor, was used for Obi-Wan when he went undercover as this bounty hunter. So I just thought that was a really nice tribute.
I thought so too. That was really cool. All right, moving on to question number 4.
Also, really fun episodes. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah. Kanja Club and what other gang worked together to confront Han and Chewie on the Evrana? Eravana? Sorry. Reading is hard right now. Is it
especially with this font?
Yeah. Is it A, the Ashiga clan, B, Crimson Dawn, C, the Guavian Death Gang, or D, Zarek Besh?
I remember this. We actually just watched this movie too a little bit. They wanted to see the Rey and Kylo movies, the stepkids. So I'm never gonna say no to that.
Oh yeah, never say no.
Oh no, you want to watch a Star Wars movie?
Right. Oh no, not again. All right, we're gonna go on to question number 5, which is, as always, our Legends question. What is the name Alpha, the 77, or ARC 77, go by during the Clone Wars? Was it A, Darman, B, Fordo, C, Mart, or D, Ghost?
I don't know this one. This is going to be a guess. This is going to be it between 5 of 5 or 4 out of 5.
All righty, here we go. The answers are...
answers.
1 was A, Antiquities. 2 was C, Spice Trafficking. 3 was D, Reiko Hardin. 4 was supposed to be, say, C, Guavian Death Gang. And 5 was supposed to be B, Fordo.
I got everything except 5. I didn't know Fordo. Freaking legends, dude.
He's the main clone in the micro series of the Clone Wars. The one in the red armor.
Oh, okay. All right. When you say micro series, like the
2000 the 2005
ones. The ones, okay, Grievous is terrifying in those.
Yes.
Horrifying.
Especially when you have Shaggy going,
yeah,
oh my
right.
Gosh.
Wow. Yeah. No, I got 4 out of 5. I got the first 4. Den of Antiquities. That phrase, like when you hear Den of, I'm like, Den of Antiquities.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. I'm sure that's why that phrase is just in my brain, but yeah. So that's
how did everybody else do, guys?
Yeah. How Matthew, you still there? How'd you do? Did you get 5 out of 5? Because I got 4. It was so close. I got what was the other one? There was the Ray one, there was the Spice Runner one, there was what was number 3?
Reiko Hardin.
Oh yeah. Yep. That little set of episodes of the Clone Wars there is super fun. That trial when they're in the box. Like, I would love to know the technology of how that works, because that would be super fun.
The power of imagination.
I want to put it on like non-lethal mode and like just go ham. Be a fun little
that'd be a fun little exercise. Oh yeah.
Right. Anyway, that's the end of trivia, and that is our show for this Wednesday, November 20th. Yep. So we hope you enjoy what we're doing here. We know Star Wars fandom and comment sections can sometimes get pretty dark and pretty toxic, but remember, it does not have to be that way. We are trying to bring fun and positivity to the Star Wars side of the internet. Remember, there are more of us. Just pretend like I said that, like Lando did in the Rise of Skywalker. Again, if you have anything for us at all, questions, requests, suggestions for segments, anything at all, throw them in the comments and we will see what we can do. Little bit of plugs here. So there's our personal plugs. I am Nerdiest Stepdad on everywhere. I just joined Blue Sky today. That's fun. Don't know if that's a thing that everybody's doing, but it's a trend, so why not? So follow me, Nerdiest Stepdad. Follow Marty21794 on Instagram and TikTok, and he is on Twitter and other places. Marty Ingleston III on Facebook. And then also remember SW Culture Live is us everywhere now. We have unified the universe on this, and
Yes.
so follow us everywhere and you'll see some of our updates and our live streams and everything you need from our podcast. I promise that we will put some more effort into tweeting and sharing things than we have been doing lately. But anyway, join us again next week, 7 p.m. Eastern. It'll be 1 week until Skeleton Crew. I'm super excited. But I'll see you then. And don't forget to celebrate the best of Star Wars culture. Have a good night.